Hello, everybody. So yes, welcome to the first installment of Stars of the Sovereignty. Hopefully, this is the first of many campaigns to come. For this session, I only have three characters. And Tish, do you want to introduce yourself first? Then we also have Joseph. And lastly, Chris. And whose mic is not working? Really quick. Oh. Oh my god, were we muted that entire time?
Oh shoot! Oh
This is my
god!
curse. Oh my god. Oh, this is my curse. All right, I am sorry, guys. I think they were able to hear me, but I don't know if they were able to hear you. Oh, wow,
Real
that was
quick.
really super bad.
Welcome to
Take
the very
two.
first ever night that we are trying to do this.
What are you talking about? This is the actual time we're starting. We made no mistakes before this whatsoever.
Yeah. We've definitely not been spending half an hour trying to figure out technological issues.
Can you tell we're new to the game? Haha, but I'm. Oh, all right. Tish, do you want to reintroduce?
Okay, hi, I'm Tish. I am from Chicago and I live here. I'm a concept artist. What did I say before? I like reading. I read a lot. I like playing video games. I do that a lot too. And my character is a cat, a Lintet. So we'll be meeting him soon, I guess.
All right, Joseph, your take two.
This is take one. Hi everyone, my name is Joseph. I am currently in the San Francisco Bay Area. I am also a concept artist. I am an avid lover of games and movies. I'm super into like cyberpunk and fantasy stuff. And I will be playing your lovely Mytharian.
Chris.
Lovely.
Love it.
Emphasis on
Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm from Cowan, New South Wales, Australia, and I am a computer technician, and I'll be playing your friendly neighborhood Naflin.
Emphasis on the friendly neighborhood. And I am Richelle, also frequently called NerdBird for various reasons I have yet to understand. I will be your game master and writer. And super excited, also super nerdy. All of us are nerds in some degree. And before we get started, make sure you guys are on the Discord channel, which is that way. It's down that way. Discord.me/nerdbirdsnest, and you guys can actually get extra content from the campaign through the Discord channel, as well as hanging with us in the off hours. So, without further ado, let's get started. 1 second. we find ourselves in the world of Stars of the Sovereignty. Uh, the realms have recently been racked by a brutal civil war between its people that literally tore the realms in two. And world builders of all sorts help with rebuilding the realms separate from each other. Our characters find themselves in after through there are many names for each of the worlds. The one that we find ourselves in today is commonly known as the Dark Realm. And the Dark Realm's capital city, Astromeria, is the heart of its livelihood, but it is surrounded by very lush and fruitful forests, rivers, and environments of all sorts. We find ourselves on the southwest side of the Dark Realm in a small village of Orkley that our character Moshi has just arrived in. Do you want to describe yourself, Moshi?
Okay, I am a black cat. Oh wait, I can turn off my camera for a second. Hey, I'm a black cat. I don't know. Moshi is very aloof and kind of a prankster, and is a bit selfish. So he doesn't like being told what to do. So anyway, it's kind of, yeah, I don't know. I'm the thief.
All right, you find yourself walking into towards the village square. It is a beautiful fall day. Um, the skies of the Dark Realm have various nebula and star formations above, and it's almost like constantly looking at a galaxy. During the day, you see consistently hues of pink and orange up in the sky, as well as various clouds in the distance. But over Oakley right now, it is just a sunny afternoon, and you start walking towards the town square as you just arrived in this village. You're minding your own business on your travels, and you are suddenly hit in the face with these absolutely divine, sweet sense of you can't place it in your ears, just kind of droop, and your eyes just go super, super big. And you're just in this little world of bliss that is politely interrupted by an older gentleman right beside you. And he kind of taps you on the shoulder and says, "I know that look. Jondi's making her sweet buns again right now, isn't she? I'm too old, I can't smell them. But judging by the look on your face, you just pulled out a batch, didn't she?"
Yes, she did, and it smells divine. And I'm gonna go get a ton.
He he pulls out of his pocket 2 silver coins and hands you a soft leather bag. And he he says, "If you would like, go ahead and get 2 batches and bring them back, and we shall enjoy them together."
Oh, yay. Gonna enjoy some hot buns with a random dude.
All right, so you walk into the town square, and this being your first time, um, it's definitely a smaller town. There are residents and travelers alike bustling through the town square, and getting their daily water supply from the well in the center. You can tell that there's a couple of merchants in immediately in the town square, but you are hyper focused on the sweet smell of the sweet buns coming from the tavern house, just a few paces away to the right. And as you walk in, immediately you see dozens of purveyors lining out the far door of the tavern. You have come in on the inside, and they're lining out the door for these sweet buns as John D is laughing and talking with, or you presume is John D is laughing and talking with the first person in line.
Cool. Do I just stroll right up there or get in line? I don't want to get in line. I want the sweet buns now. That line's on the door. I don't want to do that.
Oh, so John D, you walk up to the counter and
All right.
you are ready for those sweet buns. John D looks over, kind of pauses her conversation with the gentleman right in front of her, looks over at you, and she's like, "You must be new in town. I swear you guys can smell these like miles away."
Please give me those sweet, sweet buns.
Oh, she notices the bag in your hands, and she asks, "Did you talk to Galthus on the way in? Did Galthus ask for some?"
I talked to some old guy.
So she just laughs and she says, "You know what? Fine, anything for Galthus." And she puts a couple, about 6 to 7 sweet rolls in the bag for you to return to Galthus with.
Thank you very much.
So you head back to Galthus, who is just in general this sweet, warm, elderly gentleman, retired farmer, and happy for the company. Happy for the company. And as odd as having this wandering cat's company is, he does not mind one bit. And you guys enjoy the delicious, soft, sweet buns that can be described as little hot clouds with a sweet, creamy center sprinkled with cinnamon and sugar. And they have the texture, super airy and soft texture. The moment you bite into it, it just melts in your mouth. And you and Galthus, just continue to reminisce, and he offers you to stay with him if you need.
I would love that. New to town, don't know anybody.
So
Wonderful.
you remember warmly back on this memory as you are currently in what used to be Galthus's house, as he had passed away. And your neighbor has also recently passed away, and you have 2 civil officers in your living room with you. One of them goes by the name of Hada, and the other one has yet to introduce himself. Hada is in the middle of grilling you.
Yeah, as per usual.
Hada's never seemed to like you, and she's just always been very skeptical of you. But her partner, Zunori, do you want to introduce yourself real quick, Zunori?
Hi. I'm Zanori, and to describe my character, I'm about 6 foot tall, ash blonde hair, and I'm Nathlin, and that's pretty much what I can say right now. And I'm an enforcer of the Vanguard.
So you guys are sitting in the living room, and Hada's just looking over at you mostly, and she's just like, I'm having a really hard time believing that you've been in town for a couple of months now, and it just so happens in the same week Galthus just passes away of old age, which kind of makes sense. I mean, he was a little bit on the older side, but now you are telling me that your neighbor also passes away of the same illness, and you have nothing to do with it.
I have nothing to do with that. Coincidence.
And you just expect me to take your word for it?
Yeah.
And she,
Well, John D can probably alibi for me because I'm over there all the time getting the sweet buns.
really? All right. We'll go talk with her. But Tsunori, when the mage was in town over
Mhm.
Galthes's death, did he end up saying anything to you?
No, not particularly. Not anything immediate, anyhow.
So he didn't explain their deaths at all.
I don't know. I feel like something fishy's going on. Galthus dies. Okay, I'm sad about it. But like, I'm my neighbor. What is happening? There's got to be something else going on here. It's not my fault. But that sounds really guilty. But no, I didn't do it. But someone did, because I don't think it's old age.
The only real thing that the Magi let me know is that it was dire enough for him to teleport directly.
Wait a
So it
second.
seems like a pretty serious.
The mage teleported into town?
Yeah.
And this is what I get for hanging out with the hunters tonight before. God dang it. And he just left after the ceremony. No, didn't bother updating us. Okay, that's just freaking sweet. All right. Well, before your neighbor died, before Lanmo died, did you notice him acting strange? Did you guys, eat like anything at all, or did it just the next morning he was found that way?
You talking to me?
Yes.
Are you talking to me? Well, I did notice that he did seem really tired and just like kind of like weak, kind of like not energetic for sure.
That's not usually like him. We pay him for his vitality because Lord knows our houses would fall apart without him. Oh, but as you guys are sitting there trying to figure out more information, there's a strong knock at the door. It is your commander, and he kind of leans in and he's like, "They've arrived in town. We are going to be starting the ceremony in a few minutes."
So
Ceremony for my neighbor. Is that what this is?
Yes, it is. We're gonna start the
Yeah.
ceremony to walk up to the gardens, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get out of here. Stop interrogating me. I gotta honor some good people here.
Well, you're welcome to go then. And Anna
Yeah,
just kind
fine.
of puffs and walks out.
I'll say to Hada as we're walking out. The cat seems mischievous, but it doesn't come across to me like the murderous type.
Yeah, well, has he ever talked about himself? No, he has not. He's just always been going from Galthes to Johnny's for sweet buns, and that's it. That's all we know. That's all we know is that he likes sweet buns.
But there is something afoot. Why would the neighbor suddenly drop out of existence as well as the fact of the Magi making a personal appearance, especially teleporting here?
Commander Bard just kind of turns over to you and he's like, "Oh, we got way more than that on our plate today." He's like, "The ceremonial guide Zamona is coming down from the high realm herself to do this ceremony right now. So we got way more than just a couple of mages to worry about."
What's all the high? Seems like a lot for just a lonely old man in the middle of the sticks.
I can't agree more. But I mean, the mage didn't even tell me anything. Before he left, he did his autopsy. He helped run the ceremony. Galthas's kids signed over the house to Moshi, and from there, he just left. I asked him what he knew. If it was anything in particular, if he was just in town, just trying to catch up with him, and no, he just left. He just left, and without saying a word. And then when the neighbor, um, when Lanmo was found, also deceased, being of half the age of Galthas, um, we had to send in a report to the Hall of Memory and notify them. But I did notice the same thing. They were both very discolored. But Lanmo did not seem like he was at all the same age that he was the day before. It seemed like he also died of old age. But so in my letter to the Hall of Memory, I specifically requested some investigators, so hopefully we will have some answers today. Because if this is some sort of sickness, if this is some sort of illness that's just going to be spreading, this is something that we need to know about before it starts causing panic in our town.
Either that or poison. Anyway, Skip, what seems to be the plan for the ceremony? Where do you want me? Where do you want the boys?
Leave. I'm gonna have Vindairn and Asante stay down here in the village and just kind of hold down the fort with those that don't attend the ceremony, and definitely want you and Hada to also escort Moshi, because if this is poisoning, we definitely want to keep Moshi close. But
So.
from there, hopefully, I can politely ask for some answers from Simona after the ceremony. All right.
Aye.
Now, a few bells toll, seemingly from a magical source from all around. They're just a soft, almost wind chime kind of bell. And going into the woods, you see being pulled by a very large, fluffy kind of bull, kind of bison. What is the holder for the body, and it is being led by 3 priests, one of which is clearly Zamona, being a head priestess, being the head of ceremony. She is garbed in super fine, silky dress with lots of beautiful, delicate filigree. And she has her jeweled headdress for this, and they start walking into the forest with the body. Everyone around in the village also begins to follow them up this path as you guys trek your way to the memory garden. As everyone's filtering in to the memory garden up the path, young little Mytharian, who has recently blown into town. You want to introduce yourself, Joseph?
Hello, I am Ivania, and I am a Mytharian. I'm a hunter. I'm pretty short. I'm only like 5 foot-ish. And yeah, I actually am currently wearing a Dark Realm styled cloak. So you guys can't really see what's going on. And I do have a pair of horns on my face, which is not super common for a classic Mytharian.
Oh, right. And Ivania, just having come to town and it's has been exploring for a bit. Zunori, you have noticed Ivania kind of frolicking around the woods, but you see, out of the corner of your eye, Ivania also files into the crowd as everyone makes their way up to the memory garden. And after about half hour, the caravan, the beautiful caravan, there's soft music playing all the way, and you guys reach this gate that is made of trees formed into a gateway, as well as these vine-like structures that span out and essentially lock the threshold together. Zamona reaches that threshold, and one of the garden keepers, just gently with a wave of their hand and a little glowing light, the vines part ways to open up the memory gardens. You guys start to make your way into the gardens and see that it is this beautiful, lush forest with all these trinkets, from necklaces to little wooden figurines to little statues, and even just rocks with carvings on them. They are decorating each of the trees from branch to trunk, and some of them are even scattered across the grounds, but the path is super, super clear. Some of these trinkets are glowing, they all have jewels in them. Some of those jewels are glowing a soft little light blue. And if you are casually looking around, it appears almost as if there is a starry sky all around you. Little magical fireflies are also flitting around the memory gardens and seem to be tending to the talismans and tokens left about. When you guys reach the clearing, the crowd forms a very large circle around the edge of the clearing, leaving Zamona, the two other priests that are with her, and the casket in the center. The garden keepers, even, are also keeping their distance. And in a voice that rings both in your ears and in your mind, a voice that you don't understand. You don't understand what this voice is saying. You can't make out the words clearly, but it is super soft and feminine and almost angelic. Like, you realize Zamona is talking. But as she is talking, instead of hearing words, you start getting flashes of Lanmo's life. You see his beautiful wife before she passed away in her tragic accident. You see his two little girls growing up. And you see him, carrying away with various town members, and, even helping to fix leaking roofs and the animal corrals in the stables. These flashes just keep popping through your mind's eye, as super soft and well loved. And as she's continuing to talk, you see the two priests come around the casket, and they burn what's inside of the casket. The flames start to glow almost like a purple blue, and the ash from the fire starts to create ash that flows up into the air, and you see it spreading out throughout the sky. The whole ceremony lasts the afternoon and through to sundown, as you see this beautiful sparkling cloud above you get further and further away. Then as it comes to a close and the villagers start to disperse, Zamona and the priests are talking with the garden tenders. What do you want to do?
I'd like to think that Zenori was keeping a good eye out while the ceremony was happening.
Correct.
And would I have seen anything out of the ordinary besides the ceremony?
Roll
Proceeding.
perception.
Oh, nat 20.
Starting out right.
You did notice a strange elemental figure kind of wandering in the forest, but he didn't seem to harm anything. In the ceremony itself, um, there was a villager that the moment Zamona started the ceremony and started relaying memories of Lanmo that he started to just kind of buckle and he ended up leaving early. You recall him as seeing him with some of the hunters, but other than that, you don't remember. You don't remember his features exactly or anything like that. You just recall seeing him with the hunters.
Okay. No worries.
And yeah.
I'll make my way over to the hunters actually, and ask them. I noticed that your friend left in the middle of the ceremony. Is there any reason why that should happen?
Oh, Onro. Yeah, he's always just been a little bit on the weird side. He lives out in out by the river, but he don't bother nobody. I just don't. I think he's just lost way too many people in his life. These kind of ceremonies have always been kind of hard for him.
Hmm. Have a good night, man. Good sirs.
You as well.
And I'll make my way back over to Hado and the commander.
Your commander is across the way talking to Zamona.
I'll just listen in on the conversation, I guess, for now, not to interrupt.
All right. While that is going on, Ivania, Moshi, what do you guys want to do?
I am currently munching on a sweet bun while literally just exploring the area because I have no real ties to the place as of yet, but I'm curious about how everything works.
All right.
I'm listening more than I'm actually doing while my face is being stuffed with a sweet bun.
Good choice.
Moshi, do you want to do anything in particular?
Nah, I don't think so. I think I'm just she's very taken with the ceremony and um reminiscing on Galthus's ceremony and kind of not talkative, very quiet and just kind of watching and taking it on,
All right.
contemplative.
And Ivani, you do notice in this clearing that there are some larger tokens and also, natural wood and plant pedestals that are holding various talismans. But you also start to see, these paths that branch off, and some of those paths end at large buildings that are seemingly also sacred of some sort, but you can't quite tell what those are. And you, Zunori, hold on. Trying to think, what do I want you to hear? Roll an insight check.
Right. Insight. 14.
All right. Um, your commander and Zamona are talking furiously. Zamona mentions the lack of coloration, the advanced aging, and also the blood in the veins turning black and viscous. Um, she's very, very troubled by what is going on. She's not really giving your commander much information, but she is thanking him for staying in communication. Um, but she's just entirely unnerved to the point that it feels out of character. Here you are staring at this beautiful mature woman, and she's can't hide the fact that she is scared of something. She's not really looking over her shoulder, but something is troubling her greatly. Then she kind of turns away, and the two priests that are with her start to ask your commander some more questions. One of them looks over at you, and then he kind of does a little come hither.
I'll go to it.
All right. And he said, "So you're Vanguard Zunori?"
Mm-hmm. And
Then
you are?
I am Fariel of the Hall of Memory. We are investigators. It has come to our attention that Magi Kazuth has recently visited this village.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what was the nature of his visit when he had first come to you, and how did you guys send a notice or request out to the mages or the Order of Magi specifically?
Well, we made a request because of the strange nature of a lot of, well, not a lot of, it's just the very close proximity of the two deaths that have happened recently and their similarities between each other. It was the Magi herself who showed particular interest over the actual situation itself. I cannot speak much on it. We are still investigating ourselves.
All right, so you know of no other deaths in the area that fall along these lines.
Yes, one other, the neighbor. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head, but
Galthus?
that's him.
And did Galthus appear suspicious to you? Did Galthus travel anywhere or change his habits at all prior to his death?
No, these people are pretty stuck in their ways. If there was something noticeable to have happened, we would have noticed it. But there doesn't seem to be anything, well, out of the ordinary from what we already see, anyway.
He kind of he kind of thinks for a second, and his partner leans over and whispers in his ear, "Have you guys heard lately from your druid?"
Uh, Not for a little while, no.
When was the last time you have seen or heard from your druid?
Gosh. At least a week or maybe even two.
All right. Well, we're going to have to return to our facilities. I trust you guys to continue your investigations in the area, and please do let us know if anything new arises or if you do uncover anything. Might we recommend you start with your druid?
I shall. Curious, may I ask you a question?
You may.
What is the nature of this death? Does it seem like foul play?
It seems foul, but it does not seem to be by another's hand.
Seems unusual. Usually, if there's an effect, it's usually by cause.
That is very correct, and that is what is troubling us so much, is we cannot seem to find a cause to these deaths. But your town is not the only one that is affected. And with that, we are going to take our dear lady back home. These ceremonies are never easy on her.
Good evening.
And they both nod and walk over to Zamona, who is definitely very, very faint. And without saying goodbye, they both wave their arms in a circular formation and form a portal to which they both walk through. It is a very white and blue portal. You can see bright green grass on the other side, as well as white buildings and gold filigree on the buildings. They step through the portal and the portal instantly disappears. Your commander turns to you and says, well, do you want to take on the druid or do you want me to? Because that chick is crazy.
What's going on, Commander? It seems like nobody knows anything at this point.
All right. Well,
I
you know
rolled to like overhear this conversation.
Am I like?
You can both overhear this conversation now.
Okay.
I'd like to think I'm still listening, even though I'm paying my respects. My ears. I'm listening.
Yep, you both can hear their conversations. Yes.
I do bring up this a memory thing. I did meet some strange guy that I didn't get a good look at their face, but they handed me a strangely fresh bunch of herbs, like too fresh.
And where did this person hand you the herbs?
It was not too far from here. I think we passed by that one spot on the way here. In fact, it's like between here and the village. Like I don't really remember how far out, but it was definitely before reaching the ceremonial gardens.
And
But yeah.
real quick, little one. What were you doing out that far from the village?
Well, I am a hunter by trade, I suppose, and I like to explore. So I do end up wandering around the outskirts of the village quite a bit. And I do have, before you guys try to say that I don't have a permit or anything, I do have permission to hunt light game, like small game.
Really quick, you see, as people are starting to file out, and the captain just goes, Sindano, get over here. Headhunter comes over. This little one talked to you about hunting out in these woods? And Sindano just goes, yeah, but I mean, since we got that pack that we're dealing with down south, we just limited her to small game. Kevin goes, okay. She actually has been catching small game. So Nana goes, really? And And what have you been able to catch besides a leaf?
Well, I mean, I could show you some of the stuff that I've been curing back at my rental.
You know what? I'll hold you to that. Come by tomorrow. Show me what you got. And the
All right.
hunter leaves, and the captain goes, all right. So you were out in the forest hunting small game. Why?
Well, mainly I prefer to eat with my own hunts. Just I don't like to just keep buying food all the time, and I tend to live by my own means as well. So that it's basically just sustain myself, and also helps me get my exercise and explore the area before I move on from the town.
Well, more power
Well,
to you.
small game is large game to her, so she's small.
Everyone just kind of chuckles and looks over at you. And they're like, and do you like your mice too?
Well,
Well, sir, I don't hunt large game because I can't carry it.
I'll admit I can't finish a whole deer on my own.
Oh, so as the chuckle ceases, the captain's like, all right. So, how long ago did you see this herb giver?
Just a few days ago, in fact, because I only arrived in the town for about the last week or so. So I'm not super familiar with the area. And he just handed me a bunch of fresh herbs and disappeared. It was gone. I couldn't find him the moment I looked up from what he gave me.
He
Do you
didn't
know
leave
what
a
kind
trail.
of herbs? Do you know what kind of herbs they were?
They're mostly fresh, like for cooking. I can't. Give me a second.
Rosemary.
It's just it was just herbs and spices, like stuff that you use for daily cooking.
Nothing unusual mixed in with it.
Absolutely nothing. I ate it myself. I'm completely fine.
Mm. And what is your name, by the way?
Ivania, at your service.
Ivania. Okay. Ivania. Can you describe this person to me?
Well, he looked kind of disheveled. Like I said, I didn't get a good look of their face, but it looks like that they didn't live like in a civilized area. Yeah, kind of like a hobo.
Okay. Sorry, Commander, I interrupted.
Oh no, please, by all means. I want you to take point on this. Get me a fucking lead. Because I definitely do not want any more high-row mages sniffing about our town. I like them very much. Far, far, far away from me. In the meantime, Hada, return to the stable master. One of his foals has gone missing. And I will leave you to the rest of your evening. Thank you for your service, and Ivania, thank you for your tip. Zunori will look into it. And
So,
the captain just kind of bows out and starts walking away. The gardens are fairly empty at this point, besides the garden tenders, the garden caretakers.
I
I left. I mean, am I still there?
I mean, right now you guys are still there. It definitely is coming up to the heart of the night.
Okay.
You guys
I'll walk up to Moshi and my condolences. Is there anything that you can tell me about anything that's happened at all?
Well, I'm glad it's you, not Hada.
Hada can be a troublesome person sometimes. I'm apologetic.
Well, I haven't really noticed anything. Both my neighbor and Galtha's were fine, and then they weren't, which is sad because I feel like they both had, especially Lando, had a lot of years left. So I'm skeptical that these are natural deaths.
Did you see anything unusual, Moshi? This is way out of. This is quite
Unfortunate.
unusual. You're mischievous by nature, yes?
Maybe.
Would you like to help me find a lead on this? I'm sure you would like to find a lead on this, considering the nature of the death.
I will probably pursue it myself. I don't really like working with authority.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't like you all.
I'm not exactly local, so I don't blame you at all. Look.
You guys can clearly tell he is from the Light Realm. He is Nathlin.
Look, if anything pops up, and you can trust me enough, God knows it takes a bit of trust to be even here in the first place. But I will let you know as soon as I know anything.
No promises, but okay.
Have a good night, Moshi. Please. Please. And then I'll just walk off and I'll investigate the area pretty much. I'll have a look around and make note of the elemental that I saw and try and look for traces of.
All right. Ivania, Moshi, what do you two want to do?
I do. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
I was going to actually look at the trinket that was left behind after the ceremony, because I am pretty curious about these rites and what would come of the ceremony. Actually,
Yeah.
Wait, are you looking at Landmo's trinkets or are you just looking at trinkets?
Lamos trinkets, because
Get
I
away
do
from
want to-
Landmo's trinkets. Don't touch it. Go look at someone else's trinkets.
I'm just curious. I back away from Moshi. I'm like, all right.
There's a ton of
right.
other trinkets. You, foreigner, you.
This one's fresh, but I'm just curious, man.
Okay. Zenori, roll investigation.
You can check them out, but I'll give you a major stick eye.
All right, Ivania, and you can also roll investigation.
All right.
I rolled a 19.
I rolled a 10 plus 2. Yeah, that's 12.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the trinkets were definitely made. You can tell were definitely made by his daughters when they were younger. Seemed to be bits of cloth and twine folded up into what appears like a little flower. The gem in the center does not appear to be a gemstone per se, but definitely resonates with the magical aura, even though it's not glowing. And as you put your hand over the stone, it's cool to the touch, but you get flashes of what are very reminiscent to the song that Zamona sang. And for you, Zunori, you don't see any traces of the elemental. It definitely, you could swear it, and you kind of smell it. You smell like a weird, almost like a cave, very, very damp, but very foreign kind of rock material. And you can't quite place it, but you also don't see any footprints. You see what appears to be like there was an indent made by a large rock, but there's no footprints leading up to it, there's no footprints leaving it, and there is no giant rock in its place. So with that being said, and you're looking around and continuing to investigate the area, you also notice the large buildings, and you have noticed them in previous ceremonies before. You know them as mausoleums.
Mhm.
One of the mausoleums doesn't appear to look right. It doesn't appear to be look well tended. And right as you notice that, you're looking over, you see at the corner of your eye two of the garden caretakers, Ninki and Dayada. And they are talking amongst themselves, looking at this exact same mausoleum.
I'll walk over to them.
Okay.
Does there seem to be a problem?
Dayada goes, it's like, oh, Zunari, I was figuring you guys were gonna turn in already. Shoot.
I would have already, but given the situation of everything, it's not really on the cards at the moment.
Yeah, it's troubling us as well. We have got I don't know if you need to know this or not. We have received a few bodies from the area that also have had the same symptoms.
Really?
Two of them were from the forest near Ulchum, to the southwest.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, we would like to hire your services tomorrow. Can you please return to us tomorrow morning?
Okay. What do you need?
One of our mausoleums is continuously getting disturbed, and we have seen a wraith in the area. And we would like you to investigate it, but do not recommend investigating it overnight.
Okay. Any particular reason why I can't investigate during the night? Is it particularly dangerous?
It's the nature of spirits to be very protective overnight.
Okay.
At least during the day, you can catch them when they are sleeping.
Okay. All right, Minka, Dayara, I shall take my leave. And if you hear anything, please let me know. Actually, before I leave, you said that there was two more of the same symptoms of this death.
Yes.
Have you heard anything else from anywhere else?
Only bits and pieces, but all the same questions. And to see our beloved Zamona here really has brought a lot of trouble because it does not feel right. And so I am pleased that you guys are investigating this because you have treated us so well this far. We know the locals don't really like us.
I feel the mutual, yes. So I will take you up on that offer in the morning, and I will, yes, please let me know if you hear anything else.
Will
And
do.
I'll
Thank you,
bow
sir.
and leave.
And they also bow and they walk out their own caretaker exit.
At this point, I would like to go up to Zenori and ask. I overheard the word "own." Shit. God, I can't remember the name like off the top of my head.
Which one?
But at town.
Oh, Olhom.
Olhom, yeah. I heard the word Olhom, and that was the goal. That was like my final quote unquote destination, or one of my destinations here in the Dark Realm. So I'm like, hey, what was that about Olhom? What's going on over there?
Some interesting leads have arisen from the investigation of these strange deaths.
I see. If you end up having to go, please let me know. I would like to have someone accompany me on that journey. And I would be happy to offer my assistance in your investigation as long as I'm able to get to Olholm.
Much appreciated. Where are you staying?
I'm currently staying in one of the rentals next to the tavern.
Okay. Thank you very much. If you hear anything or see anything strange, please do not hesitate to come to the barracks in the south end.
Will do.
And I'll bow and take my leave.
All right, so you're returning to the barracks. Ibanya, what are you doing?
Well, seems like everyone has already left, and I've also investigated the trinket, so I too will start heading back to my humble abode.
Moshi, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm tired of being interrogated by these idiots, so I'm leaving. I'm going home. So
All right.
insensitive. Jeez. It's a funeral, for God's sake.
All right, so let's go ahead and with that take a 10-minute break. And we will resume in the morning. With you,
10
Moshi. We
minutes.
will resume with you again in the morning.
Okay.
All right, so 10-minute, guys, and we will be right back. 2. Alright, guys, welcome back! Alright, much needed break. But excited to be back. I hope everyone's enjoying it so far. I kind of popped in the chat on the break, but yes, I hope everyone is enjoying it so far because we are having super fun, as nervous as this is. The nerves. But alright, returning to the village of Oakland. We are currently in the Vanguard Barracks in the morning. And in the Vanguard Barracks, there is the captain and the 5 members of the local troop, and everyone is preparing for their day. The captain is asking you to catch him up on the events after he left last night.
So there was one strange thing, which it reminds me I have to go back up to the gardens. The caretakers there, the groundskeepers, they let me know that there were 2 other deaths in the region.
Just like these ones?
Just like these ones.
Did they
So,
mention where or when?
yes. No, I didn't write down the name. What South. Sorry, out of character. Where was it again? I wrote it down, but it's just a mash of lettering.
Oh no! Hold on. I got you.
English writing, man.
Yeah.
That's right. Ulhom. It was apparently in Ulhom that these 2 other bodies were found with the same symptoms.
Actually, now that you mention it, the merchants haven't mentioned any received shipments from Ulhome either. I'd check with them and see if they have a timeline for you at all. But that's definitely something to what did the caretakers want from you?
They want me to check up on a tomb there. Apparently there's been a bit of wraith activity.
Ugh. Oh, and right there, Vindern kind of walking by. He's like, "Oh, yeah, gotta take out a couple of ghosts now, don't you? Big man on campus."
I give him the bird as he walks by.
And Hada's like, "You get the fun stuff." Captain's just like, "Hada, don't even start with me today. I might send you up there instead. Don't test me." Says, "Okay, well, I'll leave it up to your discretion to go, at least go up to the caretakers, but definitely want to talk to the druid today. So that would be my main priority for you today, is while you're up there talking to the caretakers, continue going north and stop by the druid's house."
Sure, it's been a while since I thought a couple of weeks, but now that I really think about it, I think it was more like a month.
Yeah, Livdara normally is. I like her away from me, but yeah, she hasn't come by at all.
She's
I
a bit
know
of a
her.
strange one.
Oh, around so many levels of strange. But our local alchemist may have seen her before because those 2 are constantly getting herbs together.
I'll check in with the alchemist as well then.
Alright. I'll let you get to it. And Hada's like, "Well, I don't know about y'all, but I can eat a whole cow, so I'm gonna go get some breakfast. Any of you guys up for it?"
Yes. Food.
Alright, so you 2 walk out, and you do hear Asante and Vindairn talking about the Lost Foal. And Asante's just like, yeah, I don't know who is more heartbroken, the mother or the Nefarian. So there are a couple of Nefarian workers both on the farms and at the stable master house. And the Nefarian is very heartbroken about this foal, but you guys continue out and to the town square to Johnny's to get some breakfast. Along the way, Hada sees Moshi walking out of the house. And right there, you just see Hada's shoulder just tense up, and she just starts like strutting towards Moshi. She's just like, Moshi!
Hada.
Ada.
She just gets right up in your face and she's like, sorry.
Really? All that for that?
Kind of.
Go away.
Okay, I just wanted you to know that. Don't you fucking watching you. And she just starts walking over to John Dee's.
My apologies, Moshi. Actually, Moshi,
No. What now?
can you get into places that you can't normally get into?
Should I be honest with a person of the law in answering that question?
I'm not exactly what you call honest all the time, too, so we can call this one between us.
I'll let you use your imagination for that answer.
I'm going to have a look at a crypt, and we may not be able to get in there straight away. So, just in case, do you mind tagging along?
What kind of crypt?
It's near your father's grave. Sorry, your keeper's grave.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't know
Just got this
why?
thing. Oh, I don't know. Wraiths, apparently. A bit of a wraith problem. I don't know the original nature of it, so I can't really speculate.
What's in it for me? I don't know you. I don't care about rates.
I'll get Hada off your back for one.
Oh, that is tempting. All right. Fine.
All right.
Vanya, where are you at?
I am stepping out of the my little cabin, I suppose, and I'm getting ready my game because Sindano wanted to see some, so I'm trying to check on which one is fully ready to display, show off.
All right. And what do you two want to do? Moshi
Which
and
two?
Tenori.
What?
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah,
What?
okay.
Sorry, it's like,
That
what
just occurred
now?
to me. I'm like, wait a second, hold on.
I'm not sure if Moshi wants to follow now, but I pretty much give the impression that I'll come and get her as soon as I'm ready. I'm going to get eats. Actually, would you like to accompany us to breakfast?
No.
My treat.
No.
Okay.
I'll catch you later.
All right. I'll give a little salute. Walk off.
Moshi
Alright.
being so combative, dang.
Moshi don't give a fuck.
Nope. I left the light realm. Get away from this.
All
Now I'm in
right.
it again.
Evania, let's go see Sindano. What do you, actually, since you are hunting small game, how many are you taking to Heights?
I'm gonna bring 2 hides and at least like 1 day's worth of food in like cured meat.
Okay. All right. Well, I reshuffle everything. All right, you head over to the hunter's quarters, which is on the west side of town. It is right next to the same path leading up to the memory gardens, and thusly beyond that, the suspected druid's house. And I say suspected because no one's ever really been up there. They just know the druid comes from that direction whenever she does pop her crazy butt in town. Um, the hunter's cabin is also very lively. Everyone is in the middle of their breakfast and getting their bites to eat before heading out for the day. They are also sharpening their swords, they're making arrows. And as you walk in, Sendano says, "Ah, little one, come on over here. So, what have you gotten in your couple of days in our humble village?"
So this is only a small portion of what I've got, but here, as like a gift, you can have these two hides that I've gotten, and also this day's worth of cured meat. I do have this was actually cured with the super fresh herbs I got recently. And I do have to say they are really, really good. Pretty
Uh,
happy about that.
we'll see about that. And Sedano, takes one of the cured meats and breaks it up and hands it over to Sen, who is just a local set of strong hands. And they both try it and they're like, "Okay, that is definitely made with local herbs, but I don't recall them being that's freaking delicious." And they're both kind of looking at each other. "Where did you get these herbs from?"
I got them from this weird druid-looking guy. I couldn't tell who they were. I couldn't see their face, but they just handed me a bunch of super fresh herbs and they left.
Man, freaking lip
I
deer.
gotta say, this is way better than what I could ever find in the wild. So this
Well,
guy is doing something.
well, leave it to Leaf Deer to not give us the good stuff because we hunt in her forest. They all just start getting started with that. But then Sedano looks down at your heights. And he's like, "Oh, you got a couple of lebbits. That's pretty nice. A lebbit is, um, yeah, about a medium-sized rodent with a super soft fur, but their hide is actually pretty tough and great for leather. They tend to have speckles or spots of various colors of brown and black, and even sometimes hints of green or pink. They uh, they have very long ears on the top of their head, but they also have a very large bushy tail. And they can't climb for long distances, but they can definitely scamper up pretty quickly. But then once they come to a stop, that's it. So usually you can pin them up in a tree. And so Sanana's pretty impressed at your dexterity. And he's like, "You're not too bad, little one. It's most of the time we don't bother with lebbits, but they're a butt and a half to catch." Well, how many have you caught in the past 2 days?
A couple. I think I have like 3 or 4 more of the hides just for myself. And I have a bit more in storage for food wise. But I'm probably not gonna save up too much because yeah, it takes time to cure the meats.
Yeah, preaching to the choir. Well, there are a couple of herds of wild tactile, and wild tactile are just wild goats. Um, If you come across a tactile and you would rather cure a large amount of meat for your travels before you leave, you are welcome to one tactile. Only one.
How do you spell tuck down?
Takdau.
And this would be like a medium game, right?
Yep,
Medium to
medium
large.
sized. Kind of like little billy goats.
Gotcha. Thank you. I thank Sandano. I thank you so much. I will keep that in mind, and if I do find myself in need of a large amount of food, then yes, I will keep that in mind.
And also let us know if you're ever bored in any area. We might have some fun hunts coming up. And so he just kind of nods to you and he's like, with that being said, we must go on one of those right now. And so he bids you adieu and goes to leave.
Awesome. I wish him I give him all the blessings of the hunt, and I leave as well.
All right. All right, Zunori, are you ready to head up to the gardens?
Yeah.
All right. Moshi, where are you at?
In line to get sweet buns.
All right, so we are currently in the tavern.
We're in the tavern.
Johnny's is definitely the place to go for mealtime. On top of having the sweet buns, her and her gals just cook up a fierce storm every morning and every evening. They tend to have some of the best food in town, as well as selling produce and, soft goods like clothes and the like that. John D also rents rooms and houses, one house of which Ivania is currently renting. And it is definitely lively this morning. There's about 10 villagers in the room with you, about 10 to 12. And Zunori, you and Hada are currently seated across the room from Moshi, who's currently waiting in line for his sweet rolls. His sweet buns.
I'll just dip my head like Moshi.
As you're doing that, Hada's just growling.
I'll give her an elbow. Shut up.
Can't help it. This is so sketch.
When I buy sweet buns, I'll give one to Zenori, but I want to throw it in Hada's face. I'm gonna throw one in Hada's face.
You know what? Roll a dex check.
20.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jondi, for the sweet buns. I
Johnny's
always enjoy your sweet buns.
Johnny definitely loves food as well, and she's a little bit of a heavier set gal, and she's like, "Oh, don't you worry about it, hon. You just enjoy, and I'll see you this evening for this evening's batch."
Thank you. And I turn and I go, "Oh, Tsunori, didn't see you there. Well, here you go. Here's a bun.
Thank you.
But you know what, Hada? Ugh!
Roll your dex check.
Here's your damn bun!" And I run away.
Roll a dex check real quick.
Me?
Yes. Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Oh no. $19.
Oh.
All right, so hold on. Let me roll for her.
I am a cat. I could just jump on her head and then jump out of the tavern.
So you go to throw the sweet bun in Hana's face, and Hana with nat 20.
No.
Just reaches up, grabs the sweet bun, and is like, "Thank you, Moshi."
Zenori's like,
It's like, see, sketch as fuck.
I'll just Moshi just will say some vulgar comments and walk out. By the way, you can try.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Zenori, are you going to start heading up to the caretakers then?
yeah. As I walk out of the place, I'll probably see Moshi and be like, Moshi, you ready to go?
Fine.
You see Hada walking up behind, all smug, like,
Can I hiss at her?
and she just goes, walks off.
Now, kids. Goodness gracious. I've got enough on my plate this morning.
Poor Zenori's just like, oh, Lord help me.
It's
It's not even 9 a.m. yet.
We can definitely see who's the mature one in the vanguard. All right.
And we'll start making our way.
All right. Along the way, you guys do pass Ivania, walking out
Who's
of the
this?
Hunters.
Wait, I've met you. I've met Ivania, right?
Yes.
Did I
Yeah,
meet you?
yeah. I was like,
Oh,
hey, it's
yeah.
you guys again.
No, it's you again.
Ah, Ivania, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's me. Nice to see y'all. Ooh, you guys got some of John D's bun.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet buns. They're really good.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they certainly are. And as I'm scoffing it in my face.
I'm so jealous. I should probably grab some myself today, but I don't know. Maybe tonight.
And
What are you guys up to, by the way?
We are headed to the cemetery gardens. Where are
We're gonna
you?
go
headed?
kill some wraiths.
Kill some rays. That sounds interesting. Mind if I tag along?
You know what? More the merrier. God knows what we're dealing with anyway.
All right.
Awesome.
So you guys proceed into the forest that in the morning light is just super beautiful. You know, you guys hear the sounds of birds. It's a nice cool breeze. You know, beautiful forest day. In the breeze, Boshi, you kind of smell almost decay and kind of ew. But, you know, you just kind of mark it off as like it's a forest. And keep going. Before, right as you guys see the garden threshold, which is covered by roots up at the top of the hill, the road forks on the left to go to the caretaker's house. And as you guys go to the caretaker's house, Diara and Ninki are standing outside, and they just have very casual, more comfortable daytime robes, where last night you guys saw them in their ceremonial garb that mirrored with less majesty as Zamona's. And they are definitely much more lighthearted this morning, and actually tending to a flower garden out front.
Now, these guys, they're both males, right? Or am I reading this wrong? Are they male or female?
Diara is non-specific, and Ninki is female.
Okay. As I'm walking up, I'll be like, morning. How are we this fine morning, good persons?
Ninki doesn't even acknowledge you guys and just keeps, trimming and planting and tending to the flowers while Diada gets up and he's like, ah, Zunori, did you guys already get something to eat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great, because the Wraith definitely came back. We actually were able to track down the family crypt that it is from. It's from the Forled family. Gosh, I swear, we've had enough of them, and they're just like, nope, you're not done with us yet. And it's like, yes, we are. And he just, as he's muttering to himself, he starts walking to the gardens.
Keep on your best, hey? Looking at Moshi.
I nudge Zenori. Are they always like that?
Yeah.
Ninki kind of pops up her head, and she's like, well, you know what? If you had to deal with dead people all day, you'd be kind of off, too. She goes back to her flowers, kind of grumbling. And from up the hill, Diada's like, come on, guys, let's go. And he guides you guys to the threshold where, once again, he opens it up and the roots just all kind of reseed, seemingly very naturally, just at a unnatural pace. And he, motions you guys into the gardens and takes you through the ceremonial circle to one of the mausoleums that you guys have seen previously the night before.
But would you want to know the family, Richelle?
Make a history check.
Um,
What'd you say their names were again?
Forload. I'm going to spell that for you.
I have a 17, by the way.
Okay. You do recognize it in your travels as a very affluent family. One of your clients was a furlod in Astrameria. And it seemed like, one of the younger kids of the family. And he of course required your services, but spoke nothing of his family.
Could I do a check to see if I know?
You may.
Wait, so that it was a family that I worked for in Astrameria? Is that what you were saying? Basically? Okay. How do you spell that? Because I need to see it.
Oh, yes.
Roll the 21.
No, not Astrameria. The family's name. I like to see name. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. And the first name, actually, let me just give you the first name. And Tsunori, you do also recognize the family name. There is no living relatives in the area, to your knowledge.
Do I know anything about that family?
You do not.
Ah, shame.
So is there anything we need to know in particular about this wraith? Is it hostile?
Diada's like, is this your first time dealing with a wraith?
Well, you get all kinds of breeds and colors, so I'm just making sure to cover my bases.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. This one in particularly does like to be a troublemaker. The Furlods chose to not have their bodies recycled. So it is a constant hassle for us to have to keep away strange spirits like wraiths. And so this one's been especially a troublemaker, but does tend to be more amicable in the morning hours. So with that being said, and he takes a key and he unlocks the door. And the mausoleum itself just is very quaint, made out of like a natural light stone. And he opens up the door to reveal a set of stairs going down. He's like, with that being said, we're not paid enough to go into mausoleums, so I will see you guys back at our house. He walks
What?
off.
You
You're
guys
just gonna
work
leave it
here? Yeah. Yeah, I'm with Ivania on this one. You're just gonna like leave? Like, what is this?
He just waves back as he's walking away.
This is dumb.
I'm gonna pull out a torch out of my backpack. Like onward. Light the torch and move in.
All right. All
I'll
right.
follow, I guess.
What about you, Vanya? Are you following or are you staying behind?
Yeah, I'm following. I happen to have the dark vision, so I'm able to see pretty well. I'm not really afraid.
I actually have pretty good vision too, being a cat and all, so. I think,
I'm
right?
blind.
I'm blind. I have to look this up again. Oh yeah, dark vision. Yeah. I can see.
All right. Let me get up. So the first room you walk into is definitely like an antechamber of sorts. You do see a handful of tokens laid out on a ceremonial table in the main room. And there are sconces and lights surrounding the main room, as well as two pathways both to the left and to the right. In the middle of the room, you do see a statue of a large man with kind of a tied back hair and robes. Zunori, do a history check real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do I know this guy?
Roll a history check.
Oh, great. 8.
Oh, a natural 1. Yeah.
The robes
Gotta
look
get it.
important, but you cannot remember where from.
Yeah, they all blend together after a while.
All
I
right.
only rolled an 8, so it wasn't great.
That definitely looks important. Definitely looks like it belongs to a specific group, but you guys can't really tell from where.
Hmm.
It looks important.
Yes.
It looks
No.
pretentious. This entire mausoleum seems a bit much for a dead dude.
Nori's trying to hold back laughter. But I'll cautiously move forward.
Left or right.
Ugh.
I don't think there is a forward per se.
There's 2 paths to each side too, so we gotta decide.
Does anyone have a particular preference?
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can see down the pathway and determine if there's anything that stands out?
You may.
What? Maybe. Oh, I thought these. I didn't hear that. So
She said, yeah.
okay.
Yes, you may.
That was bad. I rolled a, let's see, 2 plus perception.
Nice.
It's 9.
So, you do hear lots of things, but you can't figure out any specifics.
We'll go left.
All
I just rolled a dice for it.
right, I'll follow you, Captain.
Okay.
Keep those
Wait.
ears pointed up. No
Yeah.
shit.
What?
Keep those ears pointed. I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
need your ears.
All right,
Sure.
you guys turn to the left there, this and go through the left archway. The hallway seems to do a little bit of a semicircle curve. On the left-hand side, there are these plaques, or they could be like cupboard doors, stacked neatly, and some of them do have talismans hanging outside of the handle. As And as that continues to curve, it turns into a small room that is also littered with tokens, and you guys are starting to get the feeling that this is not one man's tomb.
Yeah.
That is pretty evident.
Mhm.
As Nori gets a bit worried, he's like, "Oh, this better be one, Rafe. This better be one, Rafe."
Meanwhile, I'm just eating sweet buns and just watching everybody like popcorn.
Uh, actually, Joseph,
Yeah.
hold on, I'm gonna whisper to you. All right, and you guys are also noticing, once again, there are more sconces on the wall. Zunori, are you lighting these sconces as you go, or are you just walking by them with your torch?
Definitely, no, I'll be lighting them.
You'll be lighting them. Okay. There's also two ceremonial sconces immediately to your left on a table full of talismans. Do you want to light those ones as well?
Ceremonial? What does that have to do? How is that different?
It might have. Actually, can we do a Arcana check to see if there's anything
Yeah, that's
magical
what we
about them?
do first.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you both want to do an Arcana check?
I'll do an Arcana check.
Okay, and then if I roll with roll with advantage.
All right.
Well, no, Vani, you're helping him, so he's just gonna roll with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. Where's my Arcana?
Hope it was good.
Arcana. That is a 13.
Okay, you can't really tell if this specific altar is super magical. You definitely feel the weight of the memories coming from the talismans, and you remember that passing by ceremonial tables like this, often when entering a deathly abode, a tomb, that it is respectful to light these sconces.
Okay, I'll light them.
Okay.
Can I touch a talisman?
You may. Hold
Do I
on.
have to roll?
Huh?
Can I just touch it?
You know what? Roll an insight check.
So, wait,
I
what's
will
that?
also
Oh,
take
okay.
this opportunity to say that I'm picking up some sort of a scraping noise from the far end of this room.
We got a
On
13,
the
Richelle.
other side.
Oh,
A scraping noise on the on what? Where?
On the other side of the door on the far end.
Wait, what door? I'm sorry. There's a door in here?
Yeah, like the other end of the passageway.
Mm. So wait, we came down the stairs and there was a left and a right and we went left, right? I mean, correct? We went left. And then which way did it curve? There was a curving
It
line.
curved to the right.
Curves to the right, and now we're in like an antechamber. But like, what is that? And there's like ceremonial thing. What is the antechamber?
There's a ceremonial table to the left of you.
To the
and
left.
yes, the path continues forward
'Cause-
into another room.
But there's a door.
There's not a door on this one. It is also an open archway.
Okay, but the wall to the right, it's just a wall.
Correct.
Okay. So you hear scrapings in the other room?
Definitely. I'm hearing some kind of scraping noise.
Okay, and Moshi, from your touching of the talisman, you do receive a few flashes. Recent major battle. Two sisters are huddled together and comforting one another as they are being stalked by something on the battlefield. But that's all you receive.
How old are they? Can I tell?
Young adult. Young adult, maybe adolescent.
Can I tell who's fighting? Or does it just...
You do not see that. You just know that it is
You just know it's a
chaos and
battle?
pain and fear. You feel the girl's fear, most of all.
Okay.
Since
Okay.
since Ivania's pointed out the scraping, can I hear that? Or is it
Actually,
more of a distance?
roll an active perception check.
That is perception 22.
That is what perception is when it is good. You may be blind, being of the light realm and just struggling hardcore in dim places and leaning very heavily on the torchlight. You also hear, you can also make out the faint scraping as being, little rodents. You recognize that they are little rodents.
I know the noise, yes.
This is reminding me of a Stephen King short story.
I relax a little at this point. I'm like, oh, okay, let's just rodents.
Ooh, rats! Let me at him.
Food.
Fun time.
So you said there was a statue too, yeah? Big statue.
Back in
That was back
the other room, yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's my bad.
of some regal dude with robes that we don't know who he is.
Important person. I'll go over to the door where I heard the rodents coming from. And I'll have a look around there. Just a quick investigation.
Yes, roll for investigation.
Oopie. 9.
Nice.
Your torchlight only goes so far, and you are dependent on that torchlight for sure. You do see some of the rodents scurrying away. You also see that this room is much larger than the room that you guys are currently in.
Okay. So there's a door there?
The one that you just came through? The one you just poked your head through?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's an archway. There
A
is not a
doorway.
door
Just
there.
an archway. Okay. Yeah. Easy
Entry.
done.
Threshold.
Can any of you guys see in the dark?
Yeah, I can.
You want to stick your head through here? Probably best not to stick it too far.
Yeah, go ahead, Ivana.
All right. I'm like, all right,
Um,
let's look at what we got. I pull out my dagger and I forge ahead.
Roll investigation.
I got a 9.
Nice. Man, you guys suck. I'm gonna roll too. Fine, I'll look in the dark. None of you guys can see anything.
I'm sorry, there's dust in my eyes. I'm sorry.
Wait, what is it? Investigation or is it perception? It's
Um,
investigation.
This one's interchangeable, but yes, do investigation.
Okay, that's a 16. So
So Ivania walked into a cobweb,
nice.
and you just kind of roll your eyes, and you're like, "Fine."
Yeah.
Oh,
Glad I came along.
you walk into the room that is about 6 times larger than the one you guys are currently in, and you see
It's big.
You see scattered around various statues of animals that you recognize as pets. You also see 2 doors, one directly across from where you just walked in. And that
Door or doorway?
door.
Door.
An actual door. And that one seems very heavy and does appear just from your first glance to be locked. And then down the length of the room, you see a larger door that is also closed. Or actually, sorry, my mistake. I misspoke. It's a double doors over there. You're just in this room full of animals.
All right, it's a pet cemetery, y'all. With some huge ass doors.
Is it weird that I find it creepier than it is a normal crypt that they got their pets in here with them?
Wait, do I like recognize them as pets, or these are just animals that can be pets?
Most of them are animals that can be pets.
Okay.
There are 2 that strike you as weird, and they are guarding the double doors. They are called garages. And
Galoshes?
They're wild, small canines that tend to hunt in packs.
I'm going to pretend they're Pomeranians. Okay. That's just okay. Cool. It's a pet cemetery. I don't know.
What do you guys want to do?
There's a door here and double doors over there. I don't know. Do they look important? Like,
The small one directly in front of you definitely looks reinforced, but not necessarily as intricate or as important as the double door set. The double door set definitely feels like that is to the main chamber of the mausoleum.
As I'm looking around, we had heard rats. Like, and Zenori, I think, saw some running. Do I see rats too? Like, do I see where they are coming from?
You
And where they're going?
You do not see where they are originating or going to at this time.
So I don't see any rats.
You do see some, but you can't tell where they're coming from.
See some, but they're just like chilling.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
They're just hanging. All right. The rats are in here. They're just hanging.
Can I look around at the pet graves and figure out what they are actually?
Yeah, do they have plaques or something?
Yeah.
Roll for investigation with advantage.
I'll roll too. I'm curious.
17 first roll.
Well, I said with advantage because you mentioned, so I was like, you're helping him, so he's rolling. And
Oh,
you
is he's rolling for both of us? Or,
Yep.
wait, I'm confused. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I got a total of 19.
Nice.
Okay. How do you guys
Finally.
want to investigate the statues? So the statues seem to be spread, just around the outskirts of the rooms, with the two larger canines, standing right next to the double doors. Do you guys have a particular order of attack for going around the room, seeing the animal statues?
I'm just gonna pick one and go. I don't know.
I say that, hey, maybe you can go anti-clockwise, starting with the big guys, and then I'll go clockwise with the other side of the room.
You don't tell me what to do, will you?
I'm suggesting. I'm just suggesting.
This one's closest to me. I'm gonna just do that one.
All right.
Zenori just rolls his eyes, proceeds in said direction.
All right. So you do recognize a couple Lebbets, as well as Culties, which are also like household pets that are kind of like a mix of canine and feline, if I had to describe them.
This is me that recognize. Is this us?
Both
that
of
are
you.
support?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
this is just you guys as a group, just general knowledge. The two larger canines are definitely garages. But then you also see a couple of smaller than life size ekrins, Eikryn, and those are mounts for riding across long distances. Joseph, you have seen them in your travels.
What do they look like?
They are tall, lithe, deer-like creatures. They have a very bushy mane that encompasses their shoulders and their front, and then that bushy mane also goes down the spine of their back to a very large bushy tail. So they are very comfortable for riding, and because of their tall, lithe, light figure, they are super light on their feet, and they are preferred to go across long distances quickly. They also, instead of hooves, have little fox-like paws. So they tend to not really have difficulty in relatively difficult terrain. But yes, they are favored to be ridden very fast and are not typically used for carrying heavy loads.
So we can assume that this family at some point had like a ranch of some sort that was large enough to care for pets like that.
Correct.
She said before that they're a pretty wealthy family, I think. So,
Also correct.
which is pretty obvious from like an extensive crypt in the pet cemetery. Again, like checking out these graves, do they have any sort of plaque or like name or something?
Yeah. Any named pets?
Not that it really matters, I guess, but
You do notice they do have plaques with names on them. They are covered by growth and brush.
okay. No one's been here for a while. No one cares about these pets.
Sad.
They've been buried and forgotten. Okay, cool. I don't know.
I'm going to look
So
up
we-
at the roof or try and perceive the roof. How is it high? I probably won't be able to see it.
It's not that high. It's high enough that your torchlight above, you can see that it's, I'd say about 10 to 12 feet high.
Okay. Nothing crawling along the roof.
No.
It better not be.
I hope not.
The rats are actually on the ceiling.
Oh my god.
Ah!
Ew.
Spider rats.
Spiderette.
Oh, actually,
Spiderette.
now that you guys mention it, no.
Oh
Oh,
Yeah. What have we unleashed?
no.
um, I'll just
I
keep
said-
looking at moving forward.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said we should investigate those big heavy doors that are being guarded,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
By the Pomeranians. I just imagine these like ferocious foo dog Pomeranians.
Oh, right. I would say before you guys start investigating those doors, let's go ahead and take another 10-minute break.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, so we will be back, guys. Give this a little bit, catch our nerves, get some more caffeine.
Get some more hot buns.
Yes,
Fix
more
my
sweet
camera.
buns. I feel like this is a recipe that like we actually need to do in real
No,
life.
Richelle, you sent me a recipe and I was like, yeah, I'm making these.
Yeah, so that's the custard steamed dumplings, and those are freaking good, and I freaking love them. And then I was like kind of thinking about like mixing the custard with some cream for like cinnamon rolls. It's like cinnamon roll icing, and then sprinkling
God.
them with cinnamon and sugar before you steam them.
Okay, I am 100% gonna make sweet buns now.
Please let me know how they come out.
John, do sweet buns.
I might look into Chinatown and see if they have some.
Watch our
yes.
D&D campaign starts to have a cookbook.
I don't know about in Chinatown, but the Safeway that is up in the Heights, I know it's like up on the hill, and I'll have to look it up, but there's a Safeway with a really fancy schmancy Chinese restaurant, and that sold those sweet buns.
Wow.
Hey, I'm just gonna restart my computer and see if that fixes my camera. Okay.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
We're gonna take a break, so.
Yep. So
Alright,
I'll do that as well,
Right now.
see if
Be
that-
right back, guys.
Hi.
Hey guys, welcome back! Welcome back! We have refilled our caffeine, we have gotten our snacks, and have more snacks, and none of them are sweet buns, and it is sad.
Oh.
So sad. I will definitely be making sweet buns.
And I will definitely be road tripping to your place to make sweet buns.
Oh my gosh. That would be great.
It needs to happen anyway.
It does. It
I
really
got
does.
people to visit, okay? It's been a whole pandemic.
Oh my god. I know.
All right, so how are you guys investigating the door?
I'm not.
Cautiously.
Attempt to push the door open right away.
Just full Spartan kick the door open. Ah!
You imagine this tiny little material trying to push open huge heavy doors. Like,
Alright, so you guys want to try and force the doors open, right? Spartan kick the door. I heard that.
No.
I think that's a bad idea.
I'll cautiously walk up to the doors and kind of keep my torch up in front so I can see these statues a bit better.
Alright, as you so you walk down the room up to the two large doors. They don't appear to have any visible like doorknob or opening mechanism. But then as you shift your torch from one side to the other, you notice the two statues of the dogs that were once very rigid are now looking at you. Roll for initiative.
oh no. I got let's see. 15.
Okay. I add my initiative number, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So I got 23. Oh. So the person that doesn't want to be involved got a 23.
Those
You going
reflexes,
first.
man. You got cat-like reflexes, literally.
No, I got caught so off guard. I've got a 12.
Oh no!
Like, oh my
Dude.
god.
You got caught, so that fits the element of surprise.
Yeah.
So Tish, what do you want to do first?
So the dogs have now turned and they're looking at. I
Yeah.
forgot your name because your name isn't on there anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Zenori.
Zenori? Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
I need to write everyone's names down. Yeah, are they doing anything? They're just staring?
They are growling and their haunches are flared. They are wanting to attack. Or they appear very, very aggressive.
Are their eyes glowing or anything like that?
Can I throw sweet buns at them?
You may.
Awesome.
Roll to hit.
Okay. I don't know, like maybe they're hungry. Do I add anything to this, or I'm sorry, I
They're
don't remember
sweet
how to play.
buns, no, but yeah, what'd you roll?
I rolled 9.
yikes.
Yeah, you throw the sweet buns, but it doesn't seem to phase them.
Ah, damn it! Give me my sweet buns back.
Mhm.
Should have eaten them.
Well, don't let them go to waste. Jeez.
Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Me?
Yes, you.
Watch.
Okay.
I don't want to do anything. I'm gonna wait until someone else does something.
So your cat-like reflexes was just to throw a sweet bun?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe they would have stopped fighting if they ate it. I don't know. They didn't want to eat it, so I'll just.
Alrighty, Vanya.
I wasted some sweet buns, man.
Can I try using my animal handling skill to attempt to tame or like calm them down?
You may.
Okay.
Roll for what do we have for? Yes, roll for animal handling.
That's a 20.
Oh,
Nice.
All right. How do you want to calm them down?
I use the classical noises and postures to try and show that, hey, I mean no harm. And I slowly like
Chris Pratt Raptor.
edge.
Raptor
pose. Not quite, but like I want to like slowly get up to them and I know like where to tickle to just have them
Tickle?
Like,
Who am I
relax a
with?
bit.
Who are these people? Good God, give me my damn sweet buns back. I'm leaving.
No, I mean like you got when you like tickle behind the ear or something and gets them to feel like, oh yeah, this is pretty good, this is pretty chill, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that was successful.
Wow.
Nice.
Ivania does the Chris
If
Pratt.
I'm gonna use tickle,
It was super effective.
it was super effective.
Yeah, so Ivania approaches just very timidly, but assertively, the two dogs that are up on these pedestals, and they look at Ivania, and at first they're just kind of like, what? And then, yeah, Ivania's just calming them down, and they jump down from their pedestals, and now they're walking around Ivania. Ivania, roll insight.
Insight. Oh damn. All right. That's a 14.
That's good enough. Okay.
Okay.
Zenori's frozen in place, like, oh fuck, don't move.
Just petrified. Traumatized.
Ooh. So I say that, hey, I think we're good. They've kind of just told me that I'm cool.
And as you guys
They
hear
told
that,
you you're cool.
Yeah, like we're good. I don't think they're gonna attack us anymore.
You don't think?
Well, they just told me their names.
Oh, okay. That just clears it all up.
Nalore and Leolore.
Are they everyone's friends or are they just Ivania's?
Yeah, are my friends cool too?
They're definitely friends with Ivania. And they look over at you, Moshi, and then down at one of your sweet buns, and then they kind of nibble up the sweet bun, and they're like,
Ah!
yeah, okay. And
Fine, eat the damn sweet bun now.
and Chris, they walk by you, and as they do, they push open the two double doors, revealing the main room of the two.
What's in there? Can we see what's in there? Or
Right now,
You
it
have
is
to
currently
walk in
dark. That you guys haven't walked in
Oh.
yet.
well, I can see what's in there. I don't really care though.
I suppose we should do a perception check.
Can't we just walk in?
And marching order.
Oh, boy.
I'm last.
I'll go first since I have the dogs.
Yeah. The dog whisperer over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Enough.
draw Ivania with these like Pomeranians.
Nice.
Giant
Who
Pomeranian.
is after
Yeah.
who is after Ivania and the dogs?
I'm
will.
last, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Zenori, you have your wits about you again.
Yeah. Keeping an eye on dogs from the back edge.
I'm
All
picking
right.
up what's left of my sweet buns.
All right, Ivania, roll perception.
All right. That's 18.
All right. The room is even larger than the one you guys were just in. You guys are surrounded by caskets and tombs. There's 4 behind you and 2 in the distance in front of you. And on the far side to the left of the 2 caskets is another small armored door. Then going to the right, there is another set of double doors.
Jeez
But this
Louise.
room is about twice the height. Yeah, Tsunori can no longer see the ceiling with this torch. With that being said, you do see this room in front of all of the caskets. There is sconces for torchlight as well as 2 by every door.
All right, go light him.
For Zenori's sake, go light them.
Yes.
Please help us. Please enlighten us.
So we walk in the room. I'm sorry, and then so is the room like long, like rectangular, or like?
Yes, it is rectangular.
And then behind us are, you said 4
Yep.
coffins, and then what?
2 and then
2
at the
are ahead of us.
Yep, and the 2 ahead are definitely much larger and much more intricate.
Okay, and then on the sides there are doors.
In the middle of the room to the right, there's another set of double doors, and in the far to the left, there is a small, similarly armored door.
And then in between the 2 coffins ahead of us, there's nothing.
It is more, each one has its own intricate, very fancy schmancy talismans, one of which being a actual tiara that is glowing a faint blue, and the other is what appears to be very thick blocks that are typically used to gold blocks that are used to hold a very heavy cape on. And those gold blocks also are adorned with jewels and are the talisman for the coffin.
In the center of the room, it's empty.
Mhm.
It's just everything's on the edge.
Correct.
Are the dogs still with us?
They are.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
We've picked
I
up new
do want to
companions.
ask them. I do want to ask them a couple of questions.
Okay, ask away.
So the main purpose is still here, so I want to ask, like, hey, has there been anything weird going on, like strange spirits or some supernatural things going on? We heard that there might be some ghosts or some shit coming down.
Wraiths.
Yeah, rays.
This is a long conversation.
I'm sorry, I'm trying.
I'm
Is it
just
okay?
kidding.
Oh,
I'm just
It's
joking.
up to you if you want to read it out loud as is, or if you want to paraphrase it.
I'll read it out loud. So they say, there have been. Our mother's disembodied spirit has returned, and she is worried about something, but tells us not what. We presumed it was because she is being reborn and has not let go of the pain of our uncle's betrayal.
What?
Ah.
That's very perceptive for two small dog animal things.
So I assume that the mother's tomb is here, but the uncle's would not be because of the betrayal.
It's probably here too, because like everyone and their brother is here.
Well, I mean, if your betrayal is severe enough, you might get excommunicated.
No, that's true.
And you know how rich families are, like if you. Ooh, there's more.
But wait.
The uncle is still alive and has fled the family land. He is apparently more loyal to the High King than he was to his sister and also their mother. And she did not take that very well.
So he betrayed her somehow. So now she's just wandering around being pissed. Like, can we talk to her or something?
I suppose we can try to communicate. So what it seems like is the matriarch. I'm assuming the matriarch because they're calling her the mother. And the High King did not get along, and her brother basically just sold out the family.
Sold out how? Do we know?
Yeah.
Do we understand how?
Yeah, do we know how this betrayal occurred?
Love how we're just interrogating these two dogs right now.
Well, I mean,
Excuse me.
Let's try to resolve things peacefully,
He is hoping.
Also, as a quick side note, I do remember that before Zenori picked up that there was no living family members, or you do not know of any family members by that name.
What?
Like this crypt, right? No one before we entered, there was no one that knew of this or knew anything about this family.
I think I sort of know them, but not really.
So?
There's more information that I'm being told by the dogs. Apparently, the family has lived long since before the Civil War, and they remember the kingdom of Ariel and its golden years. And what this uncle did was he literally was responsible for killing the entire family, including all living bloodlines, leaving him the only survivor of this family.
So who buried all these people?
That's a good question. I suppose he was the one that did it.
Really? If he hated these people so much, he would spend the time and money to bury them in like a really nice mausoleum?
If he murdered them and didn't want to be found out.
Yeah, if it was an assassination, he probably did not want to be like...
Yeah, but you said he fled, right? He's not sticking around to bury people.
That theory has been confirmed, though. He did bury us to take him off heat.
He did bury them all?
He did bury everyone.
Wow,
yeah.
He's like broke now? Because, I mean, how much do burials cost here?
Yeah. In fact...
Yeah, come on. Don't these dogs know, like, the cost of, like, a usual burial around here?
That is actually The dogs don't know where he is at the moment, sadly. But that raises quite a lot of interesting questions because most people get recycled into the land, so as far as I can tell. And this is one of the few families that have been buried without being put back into the circle of
Wait,
life, so to speak.
So are these dogs like they're like enchanted stone dogs or something? Did the
Yes.
uncle like take the time to enchant them? Like why are they even enchanted? Like why are they even here talking to us right now? If this doesn't make any sense.
So the dogs have chosen these vessels to protect their mother.
What?
So in a sense, they're also spirits, and they have possessed the statues.
Why just one question raised so many more?
The mystery.
So are the other statues in here possessed? Like that one dude that we came in? That we don't know who he is? Is that like some guy that's kind of like
I don't think they know.
come on, dogs, come on. We need information here.
There's awkward silence at the moment.
Crickets.
They say that we don't have to worry about it.
Don't worry
We don't
about
have to
it.
worry about the statue.
Okay. When someone tells me don't worry about
And
it.
as they're telepathically saying that to you, Joseph, the other one turns behind you guys to the four coffins and kind of whimpers.
Uh-oh.
Roll to leave. Can I leave?
I believe we have disturbed the dead, everyone.
We've done a lot of disturbing. We've woken up these like dog spirit creatures and we interrogated them about the goings
I
on
apologize
in history.
to the dogs. Let's apologize to the dogs. I'm sorry for putting you guys through this. And I suppose we should try to diplomatically solve things.
Wait, but like, so this like mother, whatever, their mother woman spirit or wait, she was like the sister to the uncle? Is that the relation?
Correct.
I'm sorry. Are they?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So like that her spirit is like wandering around or something? Is that who the wraith is that we? Is that who this?
You haven't confirmed if it was the wraith or not.
Okay. Does she like go somewhere? Like, can we go find her and talk with her or something? Like, where does what like what happens when she wanders around and wails and moans or something? Does she go somewhere?
Oh no. So apparently the uncle has planted enemies in the crypt, so to ensure that so I believe we're in for a bad time.
Thanks, dogs.
And apparently their mother is here too, but she is too angry, so we're gonna have to do something about that.
What? Why not just seal up the crypt and leave? Like, is this really our problem? Like,
I don't think we're going to leave without a fight if I didn't know any better.
Yeah, I think Zanari has a point.
This is all a little too convenient for this uncle.
we
We will have to investigate further.
do we though?
I mean, you're just here for the ride, Moshi. I'm not going to force you into
Well,
anything.
you wanted me to come along because you didn't think we could get in here, and they unlocked the gate for us when we got in. So I don't even know why I'm here.
As you guys are yelling, the crypts behind you start to crack.
Damn it, guys.
Leave now. Leave now.
They start to crack and the lids fall forward, nearly hitting the dogs. Ivania, roll just a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Are we really saving the dogs?
Oh, sweet. Okay, so that's a 22.
Okay, so you and the
Nice.
dogs safely jump out of the way, having heard the cracking and stuff prior, so you guys are not hit by the huge lids of the coffins that are flying off and out. Roll for zombies.
Zombies.
Zombies. So roll for initiative.
I have.
16.
18.
I too have 16. I guess.
What did you have, Joseph?
I said. I also got 16.
You both have 16.
Okay, who wants to go first then? Or between you two?
Oh, I got an 18.
Oh yeah, I know you got an 18, but
Oh,
it's
right,
these
yeah,
two
yeah.
we're fighting over real quick.
What
Or
was your
actually,
natural roll?
Actually,
Yeah,
Joseph.
what was your natural?
Hold on. Yeah, what was your natural? Before your initiative? Tish?
Oh, me 12.
Okay, then I go first then, because
Okay.
my natural is 13.
Yep, both you and the dogs, go before Moshi.
Nice, I have the dogs on my side.
You do have the dogs on your side.
Oh.
And let me... Alright, Zunori. You and your military training are up first. They are starting to climb out of their coffins, so consider them prone. And there is 4 of them. Each of them are equal distances apart, crawling out of their coffins. You are closest to the first one in the room.
Okay. I'll just make an attack on it and my long sword. That is a 16 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Excellent.
Oh, and are you using 1 or 2 hands?
Just one hand at the moment.
Okay, just 1 hand? Okay.
Yeah, and that's for 3 points.
3 points. Okay. All right. So you and your military training and just you felt the build up, you felt the tension, and so the moment the lids went flying and you casually stepped out of the way, and one of the zombies starts climbing out, and you just immediately, as you unsheath your sword, swing at it and slice it pretty nicely. It does cause it to stumble back just a little bit, but not seriously damage it.
Okay.
And it is their turn.
So it's still intact, but it's just sliced a bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So, for their turn, the one that you have struck is still considered prone and still trying to crawl out of the crypts. The other 3 do manage to essentially use their action to stand back up, and they encircle Ivania and the dogs.
Oh,
no.
darn.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dogs are like stone.
They are.
They're like
Ivania.
fine.
Yo,
Can't they attack? Like
it's not
they're
their turn.
stone.
Ivania, it is your turn.
Okay, so I pull out my short sword and I try to take a swing at the closest one.
Okay, your closest one will be the second zombie in line. Go ahead and roll to hit.
All right. That's an 18 to hit.
And that definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Nice. Okay, 1d6 plus 3. That's 7 damage. Do I also add the attack bonus?
Yes.
To
Oh, okay, so
Uh,
that would be.
Oh, right. The attack bonus is 2 hit, right, Chris?
yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be looking for the plus that's on your 2
Oh,
seconds.
okay.
Yeah, so if it's 1d8 plus 2, you add the 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be just 7 then.
All right. Are you slashing or stabbing?
Slashing.
You're slashing. Okay, so you take a generous slash at the second zombie, the first zombie that has managed to get out of the crypt and towards you. Do you want to lop off his arm or his leg?
Let's go with the leg.
All right. You lop off one of the legs, and now he is hobbling and about to fall over. And you just kind of hear this dusty, like, and he's about to fall over. Now it is the dog's turn. They,
I didn't know the dog's got a turn.
the dogs get a turn.
All right.
Go,
I'm on
doggy,
board
go.
with dogs now.
All right. They are both growling and snarling, and now their eyes are glowing. Just almost like a faint pinkish glow. The first dog lunges at the same one that you just hit, Ivania, and just takes him down the rest of the way.
Sweet.
So that zombie is currently incapacitated with a dog on top of it, and it did 9 points of damage.
Nice.
So that zombie is not okay. The second dog stands between you and the other 2 zombies. It appears to be taking a defensive position.
Wait, I thought there were 3 zombies left.
There are. The first one is still trying to get out of the casket.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, he kind of got knocked back in there, Sunori.
No.
No, stay down.
All right, Moshi, it is currently your turn.
Can I grab a torch and attempt to stab it, light it on fire?
Okay,
Didn't Zenori have a torch? Or I could grab a wall sconce. I don't know. Either.
you can, roll to hit.
Is that my D20? Sorry.
Yes.
Noob. 18.
Sorry. Nice.
That hits.
I think the zombie's got to roll a dex or a con save to
Yeah, I
stop
was just
from
looking.
being set on fire.
I was looking at it. It's a dex saving throw, and I
Mhm.
imagine with disadvantage because they aren't very dexterous.
Mm.
Holy moly! Which one do you want to hit with fire? Try to hit with fire.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Close.
One closest to me.
So you are currently around where Sunori is at, which is relatively near the front of the door. Ivania and the 2 dogs are more towards the center of the chamber. The caskets were lined up pretty evenly along the wall. The first zombie and his casket are just kind of like meh, and trying to get out.
Well, they've attacked 2. I'll do one of the ones that hasn't been attacked yet.
Okay. And you are very dexterous. And what was your roll to hit?
18.
Okay, yep, that definitely hits, and he does not roll with disadvantage. He rolled a natural 1.
He's on fire.
So that zombie is not having a good day. You and your cat-like reflexes, you bound silently across the room with the torch and just smite him. You smite him down, and he takes a shit ton of damage. Hold on.
I think it's 1d4 for the initial attack because it's just a makeshift weapon.
Yeah,
and then-
yeah, it's just an improv,
Yeah,
but it's
and
the
then
fire damage.
Yeah, I can't remember what the fire damage is, whether it's D4 or D6. I can't remember.
It is a d6.
Glad you guys can keep track of this.
A creature.
I have a hard time. I'm a fighter by nature.
Oh, wait.
In D&D world,
Okay.
not a magic person, and that's usually how stuff gets set alight.
And meanwhile, I'm over here like, nope.
Fire.
Oh yeah. That immediately from getting hit, bludgeoned with the torch, the fire just erupts from inside of him. You manage to like just shove the torch in just the right spot, and he just collapses into burning cinder.
Yes.
All right, Tsunori.
Perfect.
All right. I'll just attack again.
The same one that's having
Yep.
trouble getting.
Yep. And that was pretty high. What is that? Plus. So 21 to hit. That's
Okay,
definitely a hit.
roll for damage.
That is 4 points.
Okay, so you take another swing at it. He's hurt. He's still having trouble getting out of the coffin, and you manage to not completely sever his arm, but you lopped at his arm pretty good. So it is unable to be used, and now he's struggling even more to get out of the coffin. Alright, now it is their turn. So Zunori's zombie is trying to get out with rolling him disadvantage. He did not get out of the coffin.
Still trying.
He's still trying. The zombie that has the dog on it is unable to shake the dog off. Then that leaves the one that is in front of you, and this zombie does have a small dagger, so he lunges at you with the roll again. Small dagger. That is a 13. Does that
Wait,
hit?
the zombie has a dagger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the zombie has his dagger.
Awesome.
And Vanya, that is a 13. Does that hit?
No, it does not. My armor class 14.
All right, so he does a lunge, but you quickly dodge out of the way. And now it is the dog's turn. Oh, all right. The dog that is in defensive position, as the zombie that lunged at you and failed to hit you, it attacks that one and does a leaping bite for 13 points of damage. And it takes an arm with it, and so you just see this dog with the zombie arm in its mouth.
Oh my gosh.
The other one that is currently on the ground with the zombie. Takes its skull in its mouth and crushes it. That
Nice.
zombie is done.
So that's 3 zombies done.
No, that is 2. So now
Okay,
there
sorry.
is the one that its arm is in the mouth of the other dog. And
Hi.
Zunori's zombie is having a hard time.
Zenori, take the torch.
He's just having a hard time getting up in the morning.
I can't get his coffee, man. That's just how it is.
Oh, rude.
I'm trying to like chop it and I'm hitting it on the side of the coffin. But yeah, is it my turn again?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Sorry, Moshi's.
What?
Yeah.
It is your turn, Moshi.
Yeah.
Wait, did I not get a turn?
Oh yeah, he
No,
didn't get a
wait.
turn.
Yes, you did.
You got a turn.
You did get a turn. That is my bad. Okay, the dog. All right, that's fine. Go ahead, Ivania.
All right. I'll go for that. The guy that failed to cut me.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take another. This time I'm gonna stab at him.
All right. Roll the hit.
Shake.
That's a 15 plus 5, 20.
Roll damage.
It's a 1d6 plus 3. Let's go. 8.
Okay. As this zombie is like just kind of reeling back, like, the fuck did you just go with my arm? You just you run up and you just do the shank. You do the shank. Doesn't appear to do much damage, but you do hear the zombie groan from it.
Oh.
Okay, now Moshi, it is your turn.
Okay. Is my torch still lit?
It is still lit.
Can I attack the other one with the torch?
Roll the hit.
Oh yeah. 15.
All right.
Wait, yeah.
Um.
I don't add anything to that, right? It's just
Your
How'd I
attack
roll?
bonus.
Yeah.
oh my
Well,
bad.
she's using an improv weapon though. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But that does hit, and that takes him out the rest of the way.
Yeah. Torches.
So
Nice.
Fire.
back to you,
Fire.
Zunori, and your poor
Take the torch.
I'm gonna go one better, and I'll put my hand out. I'll put my sword away as a bonus action, and I'll point my hand out and use Sacred Flame. It has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Whoa.
That is a 10.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that's 1d8 radiant. Dexterity saving throw. Yep. That's 7 points of radiant. So I'm pretty sure that's like, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure radiant like is double damage against undead and the
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. All right, how do you want to do that?
I just pretty much realized that my sword's not really working. I'm like, damn, shink, stick the hand out and just engulf it in flames.
Nice. There we go.
Sacred flame.
All right, the zombies of all but been practically completely obliterated. The one zombie that the first dog had attacked and crushed his skull, you just see the remnants just starting to turn to dust. But the two dogs look over at Ivania and they kind of walk over and they're brushing against Ivania, like happy that Ivania's safe.
Oh.
Thank you.
What do you guys want to do?
Leave.
Yeah, we should leave now.
I hope, let's hope that their mom isn't super angry at us still.
The dogs whimper as you guys start to go to
Oh,
leave,
come
and
on.
they're trying to lead you guys around the two caskets to the back of the room.
They can talk to Vanya.
Yes, they can.
Why? Ask them
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, what's going on now?
Why
You
are
guys
they
still seem
leaving?
pretty spooked.
Why?
They're just telling us to follow, like to follow
No.
them.
Oh, we need to know why. Why?
Yeah, but why though? I mean, I'm pretty inclined, but
The one
my colleagues need
growls.
some.
The one growls at Moshi a little bit.
Because we need to get it out of here. What is it?
It?
Yeah.
Zunari, roll a perception check.
Is it the wraith thing, or is that it?
God, what was that on? Not very good. Perception, you say? That is a 12. Large cake.
That's not helpful. Okay. Oh. The dogs are very insistent, and one of them is even tugging at Ivania, trying to take you to the back of the room.
Can Ivania just go?
Yeah, Ivania, can you just go?
I'm definitely gonna go with the dogs because they know what's up.
Okay, bye.
Okay, roll.
I'm gonna follow them.
Okay, Joseph, roll an investigation check with advantage.
All right, sweet. First one is 13. Ooh, second one's 21.
Oh shoot!
Oh no, shoot, 20. Yeah, 21.
Smashy. You guys both go along the what appear to be, the mother's large tomb casket. She doesn't appear to be waking up, but
Wait,
you guys.
this is. I'm sorry. This is in the room that we're in.
Yes.
Over toward the other side of it. Okay.
Yes. Yep. So they're walking
Okay.
down the long part
Yeah.
of the room, and then around the sides to the caskets where the dogs are leading them. The other secondary armored door that seems similar to the first one, is to the left, but the dogs are continuing behind the caskets. And you see that there's a small little opening, that just is just like a little nook. And as you look inside the little nook, there is a foal that is super weak and barely breathing. And this
What? Wasn't
There's
this
a
the
what
horse
now?
that some guy lost? Wasn't Zenori supposed to take care of this earlier?
I said I'd look into it. Now we're looking into it. We're
Wait,
looking
we
right
find
at it.
what do we
No, what?
find?
A foal.
foal.
A horse.
Oh.
Baby
A
horse.
baby
Oh.
horse.
Hmm.
Although this is more like a fox deer horse, but
Well, what? Is he hurt? Is he just sleeping? Like what?
Seemingly weak, yeah.
So I assume that this is the one that we're meant to extract.
I don't know if you know about it.
Well, he's missing, so you obviously have to return it.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So this
How'd it get in
foal
here?
wandered. Yeah, I don't know how they don't
This
know
crypt
how
was
either. But yeah, that's the big question that the dogs are asking too. The foal wandered in, and their mother woke up to protect the foal, but the problem here is that they can't get her out. So yeah, we gotta bring out the foal, and hopefully their mom can finally rest in peace.
Wait, the mom is frustrated and angry because there's a foal. I thought there was an uncle in this.
Well, they're already dead, but
Not
they
the
want.
uncle.
Yeah, but they can't really do much about the uncle. But right
I
now,
know.
the mother is awake, because of the foal, and
So all that earlier about being angry about the uncle's betrayal has nothing to do with why she's awake. I thought that was like the point of why she was wandering around.
well,
and all
she was
angry.
awake. She was awake to protect the foal from the zombies. The zombies
Right
that
now,
were brought in by the uncle. Right?
Okay.
Am I right to say that?
Rather, the mom woke up because the foal was in the crypt. And
Okay.
having enemies in the immediate room, the mom was leaving as a wraith to try and get help for the foal.
Is that what the dogs are saying? How are we?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Ah,
So
okay.
I'm just trying to explain it a little bit.
Translating
But
for the dogs.
so yeah, the mom was wandering out to try and get help, and while the mom would wander out, the daughters would protect the foal. Yeah,
Daughters.
because there are these
Oh.
enemies in the room as well. And so it's like, they don't want this innocent creature to get hurt in their crypt and brought
The
into all
daughters
of...
that I saw.
The daughters that you saw are the dogs.
So Nalor and Leolor are the daughters?
Yes.
Shook.
They are also thanking you guys for
Why didn't they get
dispatching...
tombs? That's weird.
Oh, they are thanking you guys for dispatching the enemies.
You're welcome. Now, how do we get this foal out of here?
Small little foal, you just...
Well, I'm small, and Ivanya's small, so I guess this goes to Simone.
But one of the dogs also pokes its nose up at that door to that door on the side and unlocks it, and it does open to reveal a small closet that has a chest in the middle.
Which door?
The small door that was on the far end where you guys are now. That was also armored. The dog just pokes it and unlocks it and opens it, and it has a small chest in the middle.
A small chest.
Oh. Is that
It's
for
our
us?
it's our Witcher reward.
Is that for us? Is it okay to take this? Will
Take
your mom
it.
not
I'm gonna
persecute
take
us?
it if you don't take it.
I mean, I would, but I don't want to draw the persecution of their mom. So
The mom
know.
was worried about the foal. She's not worried about money.
The dogs nod at you, and they give you the sense of, this is how we can thank you for dispatching our dead-long enemies. They've been very hard pressed to escape those guys.
Well, don't mind if I do, and thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.
What's inside?
So before that, is the foal big enough to pick up, or do we have to walk it out?
The foal is big enough to pick up, and it is extremely weak and exhausted. It has
Oh.
not eaten or drinking in quite a while.
I'll pick it up.
Okay.
I'll
Thank
give it
you.
a. Actually, before I pick it up, I'll give it a swig out of my wineskin.
Oh, you're so nice.
Wine? Wait, Moshi, do you still happen to have any more buns?
No, I stress ate them all.
Oh, no.
All those zombies, man.
Okay. In that chest, you guys find 14 gold,
Should poo.
5
Oh.
diamonds,
5 diamonds.
and
Fat.
2 moonstones.
14 gold, 5 diamonds, and 2 what moonstones?
Correct.
Moonstones are the pretties. Are moonstones like moonstones in real life, or are they different premise in this world?
There is a list of gems in the VIP section of the Discord server.
Like,
Oh, I think I wrote that down.
But it should be around where the currency exchange rates are located.
Common gems. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Moonstone. Intuition, safe travel. Wait,
What's the number next to it? That's like
it's
unique
a
to?
rarity index. 1 is common, rare is 5. So it's a 2. So it's like fairly common.
Yep, and gemstones are popular with magic.
How are we gonna split this?
Uh-huh. Can I just take some right now and run? Can I just take a handful and run?
You'd have to roll.
I feel... Roll a sleight of hand.
Okay.
I feel like Hada is justified in this moment.
It's a 17.
Oh!
Okay, so you manage before you guys counted it up, you managed to get out 4 gold and 1 diamond without them
Okay.
noticing.
Okay.
So that
So now
leaves
there's 10 gold.
Yeah,
and
10
4.
gold, 3 diamonds, and 2 moonstones.
I say that I'm cool to take my fair share of gold and at one or two of the moonstones if no one wants the moonstones.
Wait, I'm sorry. I took 4 gold and how many diamonds?
1 diamond.
1 diamond without them noticing?
Yes,
Okay, so you guys don't know.
correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep, so now Joseph is trying to divvy up 10 gold, 3 diamond, and 2 moonstone.
I'm saying that I don't mind taking like a third of the gold and either 1 or 2 of the moonstone. Then you guys can have the rest of the diamonds and the gold. That's what I'm suggesting.
I would
Wait.
like to take one of the moonstones, and you can pretty much have the gold. I don't have no need for gold.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right, then we'll take 5 gold each, and I'll take 1 moonstone, and I suppose 1 diamond per person.
Yeah, diamond. I'll have diamond too. Yeah.
All right, so that's 30.
Okay, after you guys are done divvying up the gold and so Zenori, at this point you are carrying the full and you have given it some water and it is very grateful, and at this point it's just snuggling up against you and just like relieved.
Oh, that's a bit cute.
That's adorable.
But as you guys are walking around the crypts, you see in front of the mother's crypt, the 2 dog statues are now cuddled up together and resting and no longer moving at the foot of the mother's crypt.
Aww.
What do you guys want to
Leave.
Leave.
I make a small gesture of prayer, and I turn to leave with them as well.
Good deal. And as you guys turn to leave, the torches that you had lit start to go out, and you see a little ray of sunlight coming in from the floor, coming in from above, and that was right above where the foal has fallen, and that prompts you, Zunori, to notice that one of its legs is hurt.
Oh.
Shoot.
All right. I'll
Well, you're carrying it, right?
Yeah. I'll wait till we get outside, and then I'm gonna cast a cure wounds on that.
Oh, okay. Yep. Do you guys want to do anything else before leaving? Which way are you guys also leaving?
Can I check? So when we originally came down and we went left, there was also a way to go right. Can I like check what's over there?
You may.
Coming from the one who didn't want to be here.
All right.
Yeah, but like now I gotta know what's over there.
All right, so
Here
you
they
guys
are.
are
Kill the
standing in the
cat.
main entrance room with the 2 directions. You guys just came from the left. Moshi, roll investigation.
Oh, that's low. Hold on. Investigation. That's a 9.
It looks like more crypts and talismans. These are less intricate and less affluent.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
done.
appear that it's maybe workers or family friends.
No.
No treasure, I'm out.
Exactly. Less affluent. Yeah. No, I'm done.
I say our purpose here is done, and we should leave the dead to rest.
I agree.
All right, you guys walk out of the crypt, and behind you, you hear the door slam and lock, and you see, Deata behind you locking the door. Deata, who presumably walked away, but he's freaking back and just slams the door behind you and locks
Why, he
it.
just like waited there the entire time or something? He's probably listening to our screams, like, "Oh, I'm doing a great job in there."
Actually, I would like to seek them out and be like, hey, do we get any compensation for this?
Yeah, well, let's talk about coin. My reward.
They don't gotta know about what we found in there, but we did the job.
Seriously, I like the way you think. Exactly.
Down,
No, we got rid of your rant for you, so
Deata's like, looks at Tsunori, and he's like, so you guys were successful.
Seems so.
here's a full.
Yeah, turns out.
Like,
What?
where did that even come from? Like, he's just like, okay, but he's not. But he's like, well, if you guys want a reward, as if letting the dead rest in peace is not enough, you're gonna need to talk to the captain, because
Captain.
his services
My
are
boss.
paid for.
Ah.
Wait, your
Oh.
boss?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out. Not too bad.
I'm
Good thing
happy
I,
to go
stole
with
some
because like.
I'll head straight to the stables with this little guy and get that sorted out.
Ivania, are you going with him?
Yep.
Okay, Moshi, are you going with them to the
I'm
stable?
going home.
You're going home? You're deucing out for the night? You're not even gonna see the young beautiful home.
I'm very excited that it was saved, but I've had enough this evening.
Alright, so Moshi turns in for the night. And you are welcome to mute and dip out for a minute. And don't go far. I love her drawing. It's definitely Moshi. Alright. You guys make it down the woodland path, and to the back to the village. You turn right to go north to the stable, where oh, sorry. I keep losing people's names and I'm going dyslexic for a minute. Hold on. Histon and Isanti are currently talking outside. It is clear Isanti has been walking around quite a bit, and so Yuzunori pick up on that knowing him, and he looks like he's freaking exhausted. But as you guys approach with the foal, you hear what sounds like a delicate kind of shriek coming from behind them. And from jumping over the fence is the mother. The mother just kind of barrels towards you.
I'll kneel down in front of her with the foal.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Don't drop him!
Oh no. That's a natural one.
Oh no!
Oh my god! Come on, man!
We tried so hard. It got so
I don't think it's +4, So it's 5 total, but it's still a natural 1. I fall
Hold
over.
on. Okay. I'm gonna say you overcompensated. You're holding the foal. You just see this thing barreling toward you. And without even thinking, you defensively protect the foal and kneel down. You take 4 points of damage as the
Okay.
mother just kind of springs up and pushes you forward. And you do manage to protect the foal, but now
Okay.
the mother is kind of circling you, and the foal wriggles out from underneath you and reunites with the mother, and then calms down the mother so she doesn't kill you.
Like,
Oh god.
Meanwhile,
my
meanwhile,
ribs.
you hear Santi and Histian just dying. They're just dying laughing.
Guys, come on. Insult to injury. I'm hurting here.
Sanjay's like, well, that's what you get for doing my job for me. And behind him, you also see Gamad, the Nephirian, is just like over there crying and just watching the mother. And the mother daintily starts returning with her child, but the child comes back and like does a little circle around you and rubs you and then runs off.
Oh. I go to Zenori and I'm like, yo, are you okay? Oh man.
Give me 5 minutes. No good deed goes unpunished, they say.
Can you stand? Are you? I try to help Zenori up.
It took like half my hit points. I'm pretty hurt.
Oh no. Oh god, I don't have anything that can help right now.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Time off. I fix this wound.
Histian does walk over while Santi is like still just side splitting over there. Histian, he helps you up as well, and he's like, dude, I thought you were a goner. Like the moment I saw you with her baby, and she comes over there, I thought you were a freaking goner.
I feel like a goner.
Here we have Zenori. Zombies, no problem. Mother, Icon. Ah, shit.
And yeah,
To be continued.
so his dad does ask, like, where did you eat? Like, we've been looking everywhere for this foal. Like, there was no sign of forced entry, and Estienne comes over and is just like kind of nodding along and still like looking at you like, I'm never gonna live this down, bro. Just so you know. But yeah, there's no sign of forced entry. Yeah, there's obviously like no blood or anything like that. The mother woke up distraught. Gamad hasn't even been sleeping. He's been so worried. Where in the fuck?
Well, there's the strange thing. It strangely appeared, and I'm going to say that term loosely, appeared in a crypt.
Excuse you?
Yes, that's the same reaction I had. In the Furreld crypt, to be exact.
Furreld. Nistian just kind of like racks his brain a little bit. And he's like, you know what? I remember my pa talking about them, and the girls were nice, but the men were just freaking jerks. My dad, yeah, my pa was always freaking never wanted to serve them ever.
Hmm.
Yeah. That actually doesn't kind of surprise me, but the pole's just in there?
Yes. There's some strange happenings.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, for a second there, I thought that, Lipdira, that damn druid, ran off with it.
Oh, speaking of which, damn, we've got to go see the druid. Oh, that's I'm like wincing from my ribs.
Yeah, maybe the druid can help.
God knows. It's an odd one. Out of character, is their pa still alive, or is this just old stories from their long dead pa?
They're long dead, Pa.
Right.
Like, essentially, his grandfather knew
Okay.
them as a child.
Right. Just making sure that I couldn't question somebody. But yeah. And I'll say to them, well, you guys have your fold, we have our crypts sorted out. One last errand, and we'll be on our way. And I try and bow really slow, in pain, and then walk off hobbling.
I'm just trying to be as supportive as I can. Like Vanya's just like looking there, not knowing really what to do, but trying to support Zenori and make sure he doesn't just fall over.
Right there, Santi just runs up behind you and smacks you on the back, and he's like, "That was awesome, bro."
No!
What's wrong with you?
It's like, "What's wrong with me? I just trekked all around the woods to find this damn fool, and you just saunter out like nothing." You know what? You freaking. Then he just hits you in the back again.
Oh my god!
Stop that! Stop doing that!
So notably, it is late afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh man, the days like flew by.
All right.
Late
Well,
afternoon. It's not full evening. It's just late afternoon.
just wondering, would we make it to the druid's place by the end of the day, or would that take longer? Probably would take longer.
Well, the days are 34 hours. So you can't forget that. It would be, roughly roundabouts there. It would be about an hour walk through the forest.
All right. I'll take a short rest so I can get some hit points back, and yeah, we'll make our way there. So
Alright.
2 hours.
So a short rest. Do you want to do that in a tavern with food?
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, there you guys can go up to John Dee's, or there's the one that is on the same road as the Stable Masters. Kind of on that side. It's a smaller tavern, still has food and stew, but that's up to you if you want to go up to John Dee's and maybe bug Moshi again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say we should go to John Dee's because she's technically my landlord, so she might be able to take care of you too.
All right. Moshi, where are you at?
I'm here.
Are you at John Dee's too?
I went home.
Okay.
Wait, am I supposed to be there?
No, we were just wondering. They're gonna go to John Dee's for a short rest.
Oh,
So
okay,
they're
yeah,
actually
no,
gonna be
I'm
walking
definitely
back.
going to be at home.
Not spending your winnings today.
No.
All right. So you two walk into John Dee's for your short rest, right as she does start a fresh batch of sweet buns. And she walks
Yeah,
in and
boy.
she's just like, "Oh, honey, what in the hell happened to you?"
Oh, a Nerzi will take me. It's been a day.
And she's starting to pamper the flower and stuff like that. And she goes to throw it in the oven. So in about 10-15 minutes, someone over there is gonna smell fresh sweet buns. But
Oh,
but she's like, "Oh, honey, sit down, shoot." And she actually pours you on the house drinks, and she feels really super bad. She's like, "Okay, okay, tell me all about it. Before the rush comes in, please."
long story short, I was told to check out the crypts. The oh god, what are they named? The Foreld crypt, because there was sightings of a wraith, and when we got there, we had to deal with some zombies, and it turns out that the wraith is like the mother of the place. And I turned to Ivania and I'm like, didn't we find out some lore about their family?
Yeah, we did. Turns out that there's only one member of their family that survived, and that guy turned out to be a piece of work. Ivania tries not to say too much.
You're right there, John Dee's just like, "Oh, wait a second, what's the family name again?"
Foreld.
She's like, "You know what? And you said there was the mother?"
Yeah.
The mother was apparently the wraith, yeah.
She's
They
just
were
kinda,
harmless one.
she's just kind of around her brain, and she's like, "You know what? We had a story in my family growing up that back in the days of the Civil War, everywhere was fighting, but it was but the land was whole, and it was um but everywhere you went, everyone was just so divided. But we had a family with a mother and two daughters settle, and they were good to our land. My and she's like, my nana, or her adoptive mother. She's like, my nana. She's been long lived, and she kind of she remembers them, and she would tell me. She's like, you know what? There is nothing stronger than a mother's love or a mother's instinct, and she would tell me about that. So that's kind of cool. And she's like, that. And so she's like, so the why was she wandering around then? Did you guys get to talk to her?
Well, without
Not
revealing...
exactly.
Not exactly, no. Without revealing too much, I'm not too sure of the nature of it all, is that it looks like the family was murdered by another family member.
Yeah. I'm just wincing at this point. I'm like, yeah.
Johnny's looking over at your hesitation, and she's like, "Oh, you guys don't worry about a thing. That sort of thing seemed to be. It's hard to say what really happened through the Civil War, with so much chaos, with so much uh, um, turmoil and pain and anger and just everyone fighting. It is definitely difficult to say what really happened back then. Um, I just hope that whoever is really responsible for those sweet things Death got his just rewards. And speaking of, she turns over to start tending to the sweet buns as those are coming out of the oven.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we found a foal in the crypt.
Oh yeah, that too.
She's like treasure, bones, bodies, souls. What was that you just said?
A foal.
A foal, yeah.
And she's like, let me
Like
guess, did that foal give you this downright beating?
Not that one in particular. It's mother. It's mother misinterpreted my good gesture. Like you said, nothing like a
Judges-
mother and her protective nature.
Johnny, like, I thought we were just talking about that. And she sets a plate of freshly baked, steamed, freshly baked sweet buns, and goes. And she's like, you two rest." She's just giggling over you. You two rest up now. And people start filing in for more sweet buns and for the lunch stew.
Okay.
I think John D and I also toss her gold for tonight's rent.
Oh, she takes it and she's like, "All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow." And you guys rest up. Anything else you guys want to do during your short rest?
I'm just looking at some things.
I'm hoping at this point, Zenori is feeling a lot better, and I try to make small talk with Zenori and try to gently broach the topic of the place.
Please, gently.
What's the damn name? I can't fucking remember her name. Old Home. Yes, that place.
All's home. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm asking Zenori, hey, what are you what do you know about the town?
I know it's through the forest. I do know. I know of somebody very closely to me who definitely knows the area. I'm more charged with this place more than anything.
So
But,
Ivania at this point looks kind of disappointed, trying not to look super disappointed, but yeah.
Okay. Would I know much about Orphan?
Um, what you do know is what was relayed earlier.
Mm.
You personally don't know much.
Mm.
You just know a few traders from there, and those those traders have not been around for their usual rounds.
That's right. Yeah. I'll pretty much relay that too. That we haven't heard from them in a while. Seems strange. This all this time convergence with all these strange happenings going on. Can't help but wonder if they're all connected. Need to see the druid. Let us be off.
Let's go.
All right.
I hope you're feeling a lot better.
Before we go to see the druid, give us a few minutes, guys. We will be right back. All right, we are back. So we were just talking because we did go a lot longer than expected tonight. But we did hit a good stopping point. So while these ones are taking a short rest, they're just actually going to call it a night. Moshi is Moshi, and he's not coming
Moshi's
out.
done.
He's fucking done for the night. He's like, screw you. So we are going to stop there and end session 1. Ah,
Very good.
Hell yeah.
oh my gosh, that was so fun. That was so fun. With that being said, we're still kind of energetic over it. No, definitely. So if you are on the Discord, you can hop into the Talk Nerdy to Me voice chat channel where we will be for just kind of like an after party, discussing, reminiscing, laughing at Tsunori for getting pounded by a mother. No problem turning a zombie to cinders, but the mother. And also in the meantime, be sure to smash all the like buttons and the subscription buttons. And thank you, Dova, for your subscription. You are the first. Now I definitely have to step up my emote game. If you are on the Discord and you are a VIP nerd, you may request emotes in the request box. With that being said, if you are new to the channel and new to the stream, VIP access is now available through the Patreon. Because the more you guys support me, the more time I can spend here. But with that being said, everybody stay safe, stay nerdy. It's been a blast, and we will do the same time next week. So, bye!
Bye-bye.